Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome to the alpha playtest for Space Scum by Soul Survivor Games and Forklift Interactive. A turn-based tactical strategy sandbox, which takes some pretty hefty inspiration from Battle Brothers, albeit with a grungy 80s science fiction twist, which is basically what I grew up on, so, I'm certainly not complaining. But while I will stress, this is, of course, just a rough alpha. There's a lot of unfinished or unimplemented elements. For example, you'll notice there's no music in the build I'm currently playing, though I'll probably add some in post. But I do feel that what's there makes for a pretty solid foundation. That said, let's get in there, kick the tires, take this thing for a spin. And of course, if you like what you see, you can also go and check it out for yourself, since as of the moment I'm recording this, it should now be publicly available. Space Scum by Soul Survivor Games and Forklift Interactive. Oh yes, we'll go with the full non-demo new crew settings, just in case folks want to see more than what we touch on today. Just leave that door open, as it were. Oh yes, and then of course we will also enable the tutorial. Out for revenge. You have been double-crossed and ambushed on a delivery job. Find out who set you up, then put a bullet through their face. Yeah, I can probably do that. Someone's been waiting for you. Footsteps and voices echo in the distance. Ready yourself. Indeed. All right, let's meet our randomized crew. Solon, the Shield Woman, Nebula, the Hammerman, and Zolan, the Valinrook Gunner. Solon and Zolan, no relation. And let's get a gander at our battlefield here. First thing we have to do is decide where we're starting. We've got a pretty cluttered, closed-off map. A lot of compartmentalized rooms, what we can guess they're probably opposite us, off-center. So we'll set our sights on the main room here.
Yeah, I'm on it.
All right, Solon, let's get a peek. Okay. Main room clear.
Ready for action.
Zolan outside. Hunker down behind these tables. Prep for incoming. Oh yeah, we can hear him off right. So possibly right through that door ahead of us.
Let's crack on.
And hold.
Awaiting orders?
We've got Space Scum. Or rather, a pair of low-tier scavengers. One with pistol, one with SMG. Oh, also Devril's Scourge, rocking a shotgun. So we want to be very wary with that one.
Ready.
We'll have our closer range characters push the pistolier first. Oh, that is one oddity that caught my eye in the current build. Space Scum uses a fairly standard RNG-based 2-hit system, but with bursts it rolls a single time and applies that result to the entire burst, so they either all hit or all miss. I'm assuming that's not the way it's meant to be. But, we'll see how that goes. Nice! Zolan, my man. Off to a strong start. And as you can see, this guy is now suffering from a sucking chest wound,
I'm in position.
which will hamper his performance for the rest of the battle. Ah, shoot. Okay. There is a charge move on most melee weapons, but you have to have an exact straight line, which does make it slightly awkward. You know, given that we're on a hex grid as opposed to something more freeform. Nice, nice.
Let us call the weak.
Also, there is bullet scatter, so watch those lines of fire. And yes.
Yes.
Lots going on there. Okay, so first of all, obviously you just saw the shield in action. Very useful tool, though it does take a hand. And also, you saw that weapons have effective firing ranges. As
Target
that
down.
poor schlub just discovered. Most firearms do not operate well when you are under direct threat in melee. Hence his 5% chance to hit.
Yeah?
But it was either that or try to break away and provoke an attack of opportunity, which probably would have killed him anyway.
Grabbing ammo.
We've got Devlin lurking out in the hall. Let's drop this other guy.
My prey awaits.
Oof, goodness.
What is it?
Okay, not too bad.
Ready for action.
You fool! Yes, that works. Now we've brought things to a head.
Oi, I'm busy. Sorted.
Indeed. I will say that is one thing that does take some getting used to. The fact that these characters actually have
This time.
voiced combat barks versus Battle Brothers, where they definitely do not.
Waiting. Eliminated.
And we're good. Devril scourged. Yeah, we got some bumps and bruises, but that wasn't too bad. Certainly went better than my first try. Much as with Battle Brothers or other similar strategy sandbox games, the RNG can be unforgiving. All it takes is one bad turn. And look at that. We pulled Devril's shotgun. Also the SMG, but that's less exciting. And Devril's armor, which we do get despite smashing since it's a story reward. The contract was a setup. Someone wants you dead. Confront your contract fixer and extract information from him, by any means necessary. Narrative could use a bit of fleshing out, but goodness knows I've certainly seen worse. And let's meet the crew. First up, Nebula. Mine worker. You know what? That makes sense. And right here you'll see a lot of familiar stats, at least if you've played Battle Brothers. Because they pretty shamelessly lifted the base stat system from Battle Bros. They just changed the names up a bit. You know, courage instead of resolve, focus instead of fatigue. But to be fair, they then also supplemented it with additional stats. You know, you've got your crit system, you've got your psionic and hacking stats. more granular resistances, which can be influenced by perks and gear. Accessory and pack slots. Human default is 3 accessories, 2 pack slots, though that can, again, be changed by gear or perks, or species. Which we'll see in just a moment once we pop over to Zol. Let me just toss Sol in this slightly heavier armor. Though that does also dip her focus into the danger zone. We'll want to bump that up when we get the chance. And then we've got Zol, our Valinrook, a legally distinct, not Trandoshan. We'll toss him Solin's hand-me-down. That's a slight step up. Oh, and then I forgot to look at what Solin actually is. Police Enforcer. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty standard low-end combat occupation, as is infantry. Though you may also notice that Zolan, as our sole Valinrook, has all of his accessory and pack slots unlocked. One of the many benefits of his inhuman physique, though it does come at cost. The perils of having a non-standard skull shape in a human-centric society, I suppose. Slightly silly from, like, a lore perspective, but you know, it's a game balance thing. I get it. That said, let's get this show on the road. The hive of noise and activity that is the Jundland Outpost lights up the desert landscape in the distance. You blow the kneecaps off the contract fixer before he finally finds his tongue. The Caprica Syndicate told him to make sure we got the delivery contract. He swears he didn't know their plans. You clear out the contract fixer's storage unit as compensation. Feels slightly harsh, but you know. The Caprica Syndicate form a formidable force. You're going to need additional crew if you are to take revenge. Check the labor exchanges and settlements and recruit new mercenaries until you have at least 5 crew. Rightio. Let's see what we're working with. Currently sitting on 1,500 cred. Let's go down the list. Syndrax, Imperial Navy, slightly pricey. With Hawkeye, but also frail. 3 stars, but in melee defense. Slightly counterintuitive for a glass cannon. Solid range combat, though. After that, we've got a Mottle, Factory Janitor. I mean, fast, halfway decent melee. Ruthless and oblivious. Right, the reduced focus, that's a problem. A Mottle, the Press Metal Worker. Surprisingly expensive for a common laborer. Though I do notice he's got some pretty solid overall stats. No specific focus, it's just kind of more evenly spread. With Deadly and Clumsy. Followed by Sitlalmina, another janitor. With Shifty and Watchful. I mean, they would be a cheap squad filler. Nothing exceptional, though. And then Nopal. Freight Loader, Cautious and Frail. Decent starting defense. Though mediocre offense, and given that we're stuck with a 5-man squad this early on, probably best not to toss filler in if we can help it. So at this point, I think it really does come down to either a Mottle for tactical flexibility, or possibly Syndrax, who, despite being frail, also, I note, has 3 stars in health, which would allow us to pretty easily offset that lower starting health. Yeah, you know what? Why not? Let's go for Syndrax. We did just pull a free laser rifle. And then we also pulled that armor repair module, which we'll toss to the squad tank. Oh, how's that starting armor? I didn't even look at that. Oof, okay, no, it's basically just glorified clothing. Which is a bit of a shame because it is a very snappy uniform. Would be nice if we could also get you a helmet, since I really hate leaving your brain cage out in the open like that. But I'm not sure we can actually afford anything. Not that it matters, since there aren't actually any helmets up for grabs. Alright, fair enough. We'll see what we can scrounge up in the field. Just as well, I suppose. We'll have to take on at least 1 or 2 jobs to comfortably afford a 5th. I mean, we could technically grab, like, a super cheap guy like a model there, but honestly, I don't see much benefit to rushing it. Let's get a gander at local jobs. Focused on 1 skulls. Investigate nearby location. Nocturnal crypt, 6 hours out. That's not bad. And deliver package. 14 hours opposite direction. We'll do the crypt. With any luck, that'll net us a nice upgrade or 2. And, you know, failing that, we can always pick a fight with some random wanderers, because as you can see, we've got other assorted parties out on the map. Mostly non-hostile, but you can pick a fight with them if you really want to. White is neutral, green is friendly. Though we'll start with red. But, you know, if we don't find something nice here, maybe those scavengers over yonder. Nocturnal Crypt. Eliminate all, with 10% bonus if we can finish it fast enough, though we'll mainly focus on just, you know, not dying. 2 enemies on the field, but no one in sight. Another claustrophobic, compartmentalized map. Could be in the central room there, could be down this long hall. So let's do this. We will split into 2 groups. One will peek down the long hall, the other potentially moving to flank. Though actually, no, it makes more sense to have both long arms on the hall. Shield and sledge in close quarters. We're in this for the long haul.
Yes.
Crack the door. Okay. Hold.
What you need?
Coming in from right, obviously. Push to flank. General idea here, I think, will be to have Solon peek out next round. Get a look further down the hall.
Affirmative.
Whilst Nebula will push the back room.
I'm all ears.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Hold.
Make haste.
No visual.
Let's crack on.
The hunt begins.
Alright, I guess check this door. Oh, yep, and there they are. At least we know they're not down the hall now.
Awaiting orders.
Though it does also mean our close quarters guys are stuck pretty far away now. We'll try to loop them around as quick as possible.
I don't like to hurt people.
Well, then you're probably in the wrong line of work, my friend.
Ready.
Let's push to flank.
What is the plan?
Well, first, let's see what these guys do.
What?
Nomad gunners. Looks like bolt actions. Hanging back. So, yes, I think flanking might be the best way to go here. At least for our CQC. We'll have our riflemen dig in, lay down fire from the door. No way we're making that 6-round target. We'll be lucky if we land a pot shot or two, but we're not taking these guys out in the next 3 rounds.
Your need.
I'm in position.
I am listening. What do you want?
Hey, there we go. Not exactly hard hitting, but we'll take it.
Yeah?
Let's get those flankers in. Oh,
Spit it out.
other ones circling wide. I will note, the dev did also specify that the AI in the alpha is pretty janky.
Yes.
So again, that's something they'll hopefully improve over time.
Oi, I'm busy.
Hello?
Hey, nice. Ooh.
What you need?
Well, I'd like you to flank, please, if you're not too busy. I'm sure Syndrax would appreciate it. Lovely. Hey, and look who's back.
Listening.
Okay, so I guess they gave up on the flanking. Which works just fine for me, though it does mean we should probably pull back.
What is it?
Push up, we're gonna blitzkrieg.
Yes?
Fall back.
Yeah, I'm on it. Off your pop.
Target out. Shields up. Shoot the shield, please. Alright, you know what?
Speak.
That's fair.
Ready for action.
And hammer time. Nice. Crushed hand, we'll take it.
I'm all ears.
Let's crack on.
At this point, fight's pretty much over. Oh, yeah,
You're
well,
done, mate.
as I said. Single target left, already locked down in melee. Yeah, generally speaking, enemies can pack emergency melee weapons for when they get locked down like that, but in my experience, most don't. So once you manage to get them pinned down, if they're rocking a firearm, it's usually all downhill from there. And yeah, just missed that 6-round target. Let's see how we're doing here. Light dings on most of our crew. No actual injuries, though. Let's get a gander at the guns. Okay, I mean, near identical, just a narrower damage range. 9 points higher on minimum, 3 points lower on max. So I'd say that's a slight step up. We'll give it a shot. And I guess we'll head back. See if they've changed up the local hires. If not, maybe take on that delivery quest. See how we fare at the next town over. Though I guess we could still pick a fight with these guys. Yeah, why not? Sorry, guys. Scavenger Leader, Yoli Juani Bruiser, and Scavenger Gunner. Yoli Juani. Maybe one of those orc-looking guys. And a nice open map for once. Also, nighttime assault. Not sure how that will influence things. I assume badly, aside from perhaps melee.
Make haste.
Hold.
Ready.
And push for elevated. Just want shield up front. So yeah, right off the bat, we can immediately see the
Yes.
visibility range has drastically dropped, which, you know, makes sense.
Waiting.
I don't like to hurt people.
Well, I really hope you get over that, because I hired you to pretty much exclusively hurt people.
What is the plan?
I do like that you have a different voice set than Nebula, though.
What?
Sadly, there's no, like, customization options on the mercs just yet. But I do look forward to being able to use Raider inserts in future builds, you know, rename the characters. Ooh. Okay, so I think we might be seeing another secondary effect of the darkness here. A modest minus 8,000% to hit. I'm going to say they may have perhaps misplaced a decimal there somewhere, but who's to say? I will, of course, once again reiterate, this is an alpha. There is going to be some jank. And thankfully, in this particular case, it's jank that works in our favor.
Affirmative.
Really in our favor, because that is a full-on sniper rifle. Though it is also all the more reason to be very cautious on our approach.
I am listening.
Oh, well, you know, doubly so now that we've got a shotgun in the mix.
What do you want?
Hey, Syndrax, nice.
Yeah?
Though you now have a lizard man with a wrench coming up on your flank? Huh. So I guess that's a Yolahwani? I thought they were Varnosaurs. Perhaps the Yolahwani is a specific faction.
Ready for action.
Okay, I think I see what's happening. He's trying to fire beyond his sight range. Because, as we've seen,
Awaiting orders.
sight range in the current low light conditions is like 6 spaces, but for some reason he's still trying to take shots beyond that. Which works out great for us, because, yeah, it turns out that trying to... Oh, goodness. Okay.
Terminated.
Yeah, I'd say so, Nebs.
Hello?
Nicely done. Fall back.
Oi, I'm busy.
Chew him up. So wait, is that a helmet or is that your head? I actually can't tell.
Punish the weak.
Oh, buddy, this is sad.
I'm in position.
Goodbye. Oh, it was a helmet. Well, that's a shame. I would have actually liked to have that.
You failed.
I love that voice set.
Yes?
I mean that seriously, too. Just the sheer dichotomy of brutally exploding someone's skull or crushing their
What you need?
ribcage. Also, ow.
Reload.
Followed by the dry observation that they have in fact failed.
I will judge them.
Yes.
Oof, much as this poor guy has.
Let us call the weak.
Though he does potentially get one more shot at bonking Zolan, because I'm not... what are the odds? Are you going to show me... Oh, yeah, okay, let's not do that.
I'm all ears.
No point in provoking, we've got this.
You are finished, my friend.
You are finished, my friend. Okay, so maybe they could stand to emote slightly more. Again, alpha. And level ups for Nebula and Solen. Lovely. Yes, got the sniper rifle. Whiffed on the shotgun, but you know what? I can live with that. The sniper is definitely a bigger get. In fact, in my 2 previous practice games, I never managed to get my hands on a sniper rifle. So I am very much looking forward to trying this thing out. But first, level ups. And again, for those familiar with Battle Brothers, this should look very familiar. A character essentially gains 3 stat boosts per level up. The stat boosts are randomly rolled per stat, with the stars, or in this case, arrow marks, indicating bonuses on those particular rolls, making it more likely to get high results. And then we also pull a perk. And this is a point where, although the general mechanic is similar to Battle Brothers, they do diverge because they came up with their own series of perks, which do better reflect the more range-centric nature of the game. Speaking of which, we'll go ahead and grab Improved Moving Target. And then our Shield Maiden, who is slightly more range-centric, but also tanky, so let's go... Oof. Definite rougher series of rolls, but we'll go range. initiative, and let's say fatigue. Start offsetting that heavier armor. And then for perks, this time we'll go for Goliath. An extra 20% bump on overall health. So not quite Varnosaur levels, but gets us about halfway. The downside to using a Varnosaur as your tank, of course, being that you're really praying they don't pop you in the head. Aimed shot. 6 AP, so you could still get 2 shots per round. Main downside being that drastically reduced ammo cap. But we'll give it a shot. Back to town. More scavengers, but much tougher than the last group. I think we'll pass on that. Go grab our 5th, and then punch the syndicate in the face. Is what I'd say if we had better hires available, which we don't. Oh boy, okay, well, nothing here is really jumping out at me. So yeah, you know what? What the heck, let's go grab that delivery job. That'll get us to a new town with a new pool of hires. Not to mention an extra 500 credits to work with. Oh, right. I guess we could also just check this town out. The one we started in. Oh, wow. All sorts of stuff going on here. Including robot hires. I was wondering if those were in. Outside our price range, but man, that's fun. I did not realize they were actually implemented just yet. Oh, but they also can't level up. Okay, well that kind of kills my interest in actually hiring one. Yeah, I mean, like, stat-wise, they're not even that good, so why would you pay premium prices for a low-end unit? I mean, 65, I guess that's not terrible. Okay, we'll see, that's more impressive. 70 plus to start. But you'd quickly surpass that with any halfway decent recruit. Ah, okay. So, right, instead of leveling up, robots are manually upgraded with better parts. That does make sense, though also puts them even further outside of our price range. We'll stick with conventional for now for the sake of brevity. Speaking of which, let's see what we've got. Echelon. Human Infantry, Oblivious, and Ruthless. Well, Ruthless doesn't really help us, but Oblivious definitely hurts us, so we'll pass. Geminon, Spineless, and Ominous. Pass. Lyra, way outside of our price range, but definitely a solid get if you can afford it. Esli, the Moisture Farmer. Sluggish and Alert. Kale, Human Infantry. Quick-Handed and Oblivious. Xylonis, Shifty and Oblivious. Iktaka, Police Enforcer. Side defense, that's not awful. Also, pretty solid range attack. I mean, low to start, but 3 stars, so fast growth. Yeah, we'll take them. With your crew bolstered by the new recruits, you're ready to take your revenge. The Caprica Syndicate are holed up in an abandoned refinery not far from here. Make sure they never cross you again. Will do. After we perhaps get our new hire properly equipped. Oh, how's that armor? Ah, right. Again, basically just a step up from normal clothes. That's a shame. Alright, let me do some shuffling here. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and toss the sniper rifle over to Syndrax. Then we can free up his plated vest since he'll be hanging back. And toss that to Iktaka. Who I guess will, at least temporarily... Oh, we do have a shotgun. Right, from that first fight with Devril. I forgot about that. Okay, well that basically settles that then. Iktaka will be our new shotgunner. How about helmets? Can we afford a helmet for Syndrax? Let me just dump some excess gear real quick. I do notice they've got the framework for a somewhat robust trading system in this game. You know, you've got trade goods, crafting goods, various resources needed to support your mercenary crew. But we do not have settlement events yet. In fact, I don't think we have events in general. And yeah, we can't afford that just yet. Let's finish this delivery quest. That should give us enough for something basic. Oh, also, you may have noticed that when we picked up Iktaka, it filled out the last slot in our squad. That's just our active squad, the squad that's currently tooling around in our land vehicle. We actually do have 5 extra reserve slots back on the ship. So our current roster cap is actually 10, 5 active, and 5 reserve. And those caps can be increased with ship or vehicle upgrades. And there we go. One last upgrade before we take on the Cartel. Yeah, we'll go for the full-on metal helm. Which is actually slightly weaker than our graphene helmet. Slightly surprising, but here you go, Syndrax. Enjoy. Actually. Yeah, there we go. That makes more sense. And maybe one more job? Not sure we're ready for the Cartel just yet. One's called Bandit Contract. That might be good. Whoa, hold on. 47,000 credit reward? That feels slightly disproportionate. Okay, so I think this one might actually be on another planet. You know what? We're just gonna go take on the Cartel, for better or worse. Let's go out with a bang. Yeah, see, the 9-hour travel marker was almost certainly pointing us back towards Sunflare here, which, as we just saw, is where our ship is parked. And then from there, just a quick 1,400-hour hop to whatever planet those bandits are on. And then I guess another 1,400 hours back so we could finish taking on the Cartel. Easy. The abandoned refinery before you shows little sign of life on the outside. If the Caprica Syndicate really are inside, then they are clearly not suspecting a direct attack. You enter the abandoned refinery. The Caprica Syndicate are spread out in groups over multiple rooms. Move through the refinery and eliminate these groups one by one. Which brings us to our very first dungeon, albeit a very basic and linear one. But yeah, that's another departure from the Battle Brothers formula, which I do feel is welcome. Though I will also note that Battle Brothers, as originally pitched, did include a dungeon mechanic. It just never quite made it in. Enemy unknown in a very claustrophobic battle map. Less than ideal for our new sniper rifle, but pretty perfect for our new shoddy. We'll spread out, ping the enemies, then regroup. A lot easier to plan once we know who and what we're up against.
Make haste.
Hold.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Push door.
My prey awaits.
What is it?
It's funny because they do actually have directional sound cues. I can tell they're coming from right, but that means nothing.
Take your knee.
Though I guess it would matter once you're far enough into the map where you can start being flanked or surrounded.
I don't like to hurt people.
That's rough, buddy. Targets pinged. 2 incoming. Vibro Sword and SMG. We've got them on range.
We waste time.
What is the plan?
Well, I was hoping you could maybe shoot this gal. Like that. Ah. Well, you know what? I'll take
Let's
it.
crack on.
Peek. Varnosaurus with semi-auto. Push. Shield up. Perfect. Oh.
Let us hunt.
Ready for action.
SMG was actually 54% to hit. Higher than I expected at that range.
Spit it out.
So we should probably get Syndrax undercover.
I am listening.
But first... Nice.
You fight like a baby worm.
Which I guess does kind of invalidate the need for cover,
Ready.
but you know. Best not tempt fate. Come and get me. Oh no, they came to get me. But also spent all their action points to do so.
Waiting.
Let's push the Vibroblade guy, then we can pincer the last one.
I'm listening.
Oh, you absolute coward. With an entirely understandable reason to preserve your own life in the face of overwhelming odds. How dare you? Alright, well, I guess we'll just kill the other guy instead.
Changing magazines.
What?
Shield up. No need to be Varnosaur, my friend. It's nothing personal.
Speak your need.
Actually, the,
Affirmative.
Oh yeah, he's right there. Okay, well, welcome back, I guess. Yeah, this probably isn't gonna end great for you. But I invite you to try. Say about... here?
Speak.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, wow. Iktaka, man, geez, you gotta give him a fighting chance. Shotgun right in the face. Dude has no chill.
Hello?
Yeah? Reloading.
All right, I'm starting to see why this is not a good pistol. Oh, goodness.
Spit it out.
Having to reload after every 2 bursts instead of every 3
Awaiting orders.
is definitely rough. Get out of here. Oh my goodness.
Enemy neutralized.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yes.
Also, again, really sorry about my guy Iktaka here. He's new, you know. I thought we were gonna have a sword fight, and then he just fucking shot you in the face. I'll talk to him.
Oi, I'm busy. New mag.
Ow. Stop that.
I'm listening.
Pierced side.
I'm in position.
Bring the CQC guys in, though. It'll probably be over by the time they actually get there.
I'm all ears.
Sniper rifle's great, but only for situations where you've got long, open lines of sight. Though that's interesting. But also requires line of sight.
What you need? Job's a good un.
And we're good. Slightly banged up, but nothing too bad. Yeah, no injury. Plus 2 more level ups. Very nice. Also pulled all their weapons. And I will say, also, much like in Battle Brothers, you can capture their armor, but, you know, good luck getting it intact. Let's get a gander at those new weapons. Might want to swap something out. Ah, I see. Okay, so slightly lighter and better against force fields, but worse against armor. No, I'm pretty happy with the power hammer. Though I could see carting around the sword and swapping it out if we go up against robots or something. They're the main enemies I've seen that employ force fields. And then, how about that SMG? That was actually surprisingly accurate. Okay, so lighter damage, but arguably better optimal range. Yeah, let's give that a shot. We'll see how it does in our next fight. I'm sure we've got at least one more ahead of us here. Oh, right, and also level ups. Almost forgot. Yeah, let's get those banked. We'll grab that range. We'll take the RDEF. And let's say initiative. There's no dodge or nimble equivalent in Space Scum. Not yet, anyway, but going faster just in general feels like it's a pretty big advantage. And Syntrax. We'll take the range. We'll take the health. And I guess RDEF. Plus perks. And honestly, I think we're just going to grab improved moving target for both of them. I don't really see much reason to consider anything else. See, Blitz I would find more appealing if it actually gave you a persistent bonus beyond round 1. Extra health is nice, but I'd kind of rather just not be hit. Yeah, we'll just keep it simple. What have we got next? Equipment stash. That sounds promising. Oh, okay. Just gave us stuff. It said location not cleared, so I kind of assumed we'd be fighting someone for it. But I'll take it. Not sure if the crafting system's actually in just yet. If it is, I haven't seen anything. And final fight. Let's go cartel these guys to leave. Ooh, actually scouted this time. A couple of marksmen, a gunner, and a bruiser. Noted. Let's do this. Okay, 2 long hauls this time. With central, cluttered series of rooms. Let's spread out again, get peeks in all the areas. And again, once we ping them, we can regroup accordingly. This actually works out okay. CQC can just push up center, flank wherever they're needed. Unless, of course, the enemies are in the room right ahead of them. But, you know, then I guess we will shoot them.
Make haste.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Yeah, I want to say it is coming from this room.
Speak.
Yes.
Maybe? Honestly, it is actually kind of hard to tell.
Ready for action.
I don't like to hurt people.
Uh-huh. And target pinged.
Let's crack on.
So 2 marksmen and a gunner in the wild. Oh, speaking of which, that's the whole crew. Shotgun, assault rifle, submachine gun. Also, Shoddy has a shield.
What is the plan?
What do you think?
Ready.
Fighting withdrawal? Oof.
Yes.
I need you opposite side of the map, bud. Toot sweet. Interesting. Yeah, that's slightly problematic.
Punish the weak.
Last thing we need is our flankers getting flanked.
I am listening.
Fall back. Oh, goodness. Shoddy hits hard. Fall back also, please.
Grabbing ammo.
Yeah, shield's great until it fails. Then you're suddenly in a whole lot of trouble.
Ready for action.
But on the bright side, she's still buying us time.
I will judge them.
What do you want? Time to reload.
Hey, nice. Shields out. Temporarily. I believe it does recharge.
Yeah?
I'm not gonna lie, that weathering fire from that shotgun is pretty nerve-wracking.
Ready for action.
Waiting.
And hammer time. Oh. Okay, you know what? Break right instead. That'll pin both the marksmen. Nice.
Let us call the weak.
Also, nice. Really don't want to leave this open.
Punish the weak.
Part of me was hoping that Zolan might finish the job, but if he whiffed that shot,
Hello?
then we would just be inviting disaster.
It is done.
That, however, will do it. Oh, not the right target, but we'll take it. Also, be very careful, please.
Oi, I'm busy.
Yeah, that's tough. I need you over here.
Reload.
Ah. He tried to disengage.
Affirmative.
And it's pretty much over.
Too slow.
SMG out.
My prey awaits.
Drop the rifle. Oh, come on now.
Yes. Reloading.
Push up.
What you need?
We're not going to risk firing through 3 allies. If we want to shoot this guy, we have to move to a better angle.
Let us call the weak.
Hey, okay.
They were weak.
Good first showing for the SMG. Yeah, the assault rifle I didn't really use on burst mode because it cut your hit
Awaiting
chance in
orders?
half, which generally meant 20-30%. But the SMG seems to be significantly more accurate.
This time.
Let's mop this last guy. Then I think we'll be at a good place to call it.
Awaits.
I'm all ears.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm on it.
We waste time.
I'm in position.
And you're done, son. But hey, at least you're going down fighting.
Let us hunt.
Oh, thank goodness. I was going to feel really silly if we all whiffed right after I said that. Let's claim our prize. Level up for Iktaka. Well deserved, I'd say. Shame about Solin's sucking chest wound, but at least she survived. Yeah, I don't know if they intend to introduce a permanent injury system, but I wouldn't mind seeing it, especially if they also then introduce, like, cybernetics and such. Hey, and look at that. All weapons dropped. No armor, but we'll take the shotgun. That is a great get for Iktaka. And then I believe we also pulled some other stuff for completing the tutorial. The bloody corpses of your enemies lay scattered around. The air is thick and hot with smoke. It's quiet now. The only noticeable sound is your own breathing. After checking on your crew, you search through storage units until you find some useful equipment. Which actually is good, because I have somewhat neglected our resources. We're completely out of repair materials. Probably because I keep slotting in those random beat-up pieces of garbage we pick up off people. Which is fair. And then this, the teleporter. Bit of a shame we're not getting a chance to use this thing. Though, maybe we'll do one more. Before leaving, you notice a nearby data terminal flashing away. It indicates a warning message was sent out before the battle started. It seems that this is not the last of the Caprica Syndicate. There are more that reside at Helios Saloon with their commander, Talon Khan. Prepare to face the Khan by leveling up to 3. Well, sadly, we're not going to have time for that today, but, maybe we'll circle back. depending on whether folks actually want to see that. I mean, I certainly wouldn't mind doing one more. Generally speaking, yeah. Although they obviously crib a lot from Battle Brothers, at least the general basic mechanics, I do feel like it also does a really good job of differentiating itself. You know, you have to approach it very differently than you would your average game of Battle Brothers. You know, both because of the proliferation of range weapons, but also just the smaller squad size, at least at this stage of the game. And while we definitely did pretty well today, things almost went south with Solon when she took that shotgun slug. And thankfully we already had the flankers in position, so we were able to course correct pretty quickly. But there was that one turn where things got pretty tense. As Solon was falling back, soaking fire with her shield. So yeah, I'd say even for an alpha, the tactical layer definitely feels pretty solid. I feel like the areas the game's really lacking right now are generally on the narrative side of things. You know, it's purely personal preference. They've got a narrative, it's pretty bare bones, but functional. I just love to see a bit more descriptive prose to help keep me invested. More events, like just randomized events, or little art thumbnails. Things to help make you feel a bit more immersed in what is otherwise essentially just a glorified excuse to go from battle to battle, killing whatever you encounter. And then, of course, I'd also love to see customization options, renaming, cosmetically altering, picking voice sets for your individual soldiers. I understand why it's not a priority at this stage in development. I'm just hoping they add it later down the line. Since, obviously, I am a sucker for any game where I can insert raiders or viewers as, you know, people I'll probably keep alive. Track record's decent. That said, I haven't had a chance to play this nearly as much as I'd like, but I have very much enjoyed what I've seen thus far. I feel like it's a very solid foundation, and I look forward to seeing how they expand upon it moving forward. But, of course, you don't have to take my word for it. As of the moment I'm recording this, the public alpha is still available on Steam, so feel free to go check it out yourself if you think it looks like something you might at all enjoy. This is the alpha playtest for Space Scum by Soul Survivor Games and Forklift Interactive. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you'd perhaps like to see me do one more to take on the mighty Talon Khan. And who knows? Perhaps I'll see you then.